Hey yo. What's up? Hey Ross, hey Kyra, good to see ya. How's it going? Yo, GG's on the first slots of the stream. That's another 250 dub. I need to write that down for the slots end of season stats thing. That is now two 250s. Incredible. Wow, that's actually more wins than losses as well. 4-3 so far. Although that's exactly what happened last time, and then it just evened out. Anyway, we're doing gold medals practice because since last stream, I have got into 2 marathons. I have got into one I was like, I actually submitted for, not expecting, or definitely not expecting we play, considering it was a last minute submission. Pixel Perfect Marathon, that is going to be conveniently before the stream on the first Saturday of the month, next month. So that's very nice. So I will probably be doing, wait, hold up. Have I changed the game? Have I forgot again? I did, of course I did. Right, let me change it. Hey Mozu, how's it going? So, I got into Pixel Perfect Marathon with WePlay. Now, it's just gold medals on the schedule, but I'm going to practice Tanks 1P2C just in case. Because I feel like I will probably finish in under 55 minutes. But, if you only watch on Twitch and you've not seen the announcement in Discord, I am going to be on GDQ Hotfix. Well, it was planned for this weekend, but it's now, that because of scheduling issues, it's probably not happening this weekend now. So I'm probably going to do a 380 star run instead, but whenever the GDQ run happens, I'm going to just do a stream, or it's going to be a weird stream. It's probably going to be split into 2 parts. I'm probably going to do a bit before and a bit after the run. Hey Theon as well, thanks for the good luck. Hey Theon. Yeah, so that's going on, and that's Pinout as well. Pinout got picked out. I've been invited for a hotfix that does portable consoles, which I guess mobile counts, and region exclusives as well. So yeah, I was not expecting that at all, but yeah, I'm just so happy, to be honest, and really that more than makes up for the train wreck that last stream was. So hopefully we do better today though. We're going to do 1 run and then we're going to get into Tanks 1P2C, I think, because I do want to practice that. Obviously I've only had 1 completed run of Tanks 1P2C, so I do want to at least get past like 2 missions done, because I'm only going to give myself 1 attempt. If it does actually get played, I don't think it's going to, but if it does get played, I will only do 1 attempt. So I want to give myself a good shot, and judging by the other day, there will not be a good shot. So oh well, we'll see how it goes. But I'm also going to practice my commentary today, and that is the key. I'm thinking of inviting people, we play runners, to join me with commentary, because I've been told we can have 1 or 2 commentators. So I feel like I should invite Theon, but judging by the muted badge, he probably can't hear me. So I might just message later if he's not around. He's probably at school, so I won't bother him. But we'll worry about that later. Oh, hello. That is not a good thing. Cursor is not working. Okay, let me push the Wii U back and hope that works. Okay, so I'm sitting on a cushion to do this now. Oh my goodness, it's still not working. Why is it not working? Oh god, of course, the billiard start. Yeah, so if you've not seen this before, Mizu, I'm going to get onto that in a minute in my commentary, but basically, I've been doing some stats and things. Apart from runs, counting all medal runs on the leaderboard, this was as of a few months ago when I was making the guides. They're still not out yet, but I want to get them out before February now. As of when I made those guides a few months ago, 100% of runners in their PB use billiards as their first game. You can pick any game. Billiards is always first, 100% of the time. Apart from in runs where people do the games in order, which is normally if it's a blind run or if it's a run as part of Wii Series League, which was basically required to do the games in order. Other than that, 100% of the runs use billiards first. When you're speedrunning Super Lesbian Animal RPG, it looks really interesting. I do want to play it. I've got so many games I want to play. I watched a speedrun of Love 3 the other day, and that looks really cool. I've already joined the Discord for that. That's how I like make it official to myself that I'm considering it. I joined their Discord. I must be reaching the limit now. I just never interact in any of the servers, but I just joined them. Should join the SLA RPG speedrun the Discord. I didn't know that was a thing. I should join it. Yeah. I don't know, to be honest. I don't speedrun RPGs like. I made it. I'm the only mod. Oh, I'll join it. Yeah, I'll keep you company then. Yeah. I'll join it. I don't think I will speedrun it, but I do want to play it. If I'm being realistic, because now I'm getting to the point with speedrunning where I've been doing it for a while, but I'm not at a phase where I'm burnt out yet. But I know I could get close at any point, and I don't know when. I guess playing a lot of different games helps that, but also doesn't. I don't know. Either way, I'll play it, and then I never really decide nowadays if I'm going to run something before playing it, because I've made that decision in the past, and it's not gone well. So when you get burnt out on one game, just move to the next. That is exactly what I do. That's exactly what I do. Has always been the way. Except I just got stuck on Pin Out, We Play, and 3D World. So let's get started though. As always, I'm delaying the stream, so let's get started. Now I'm gonna do this. If I do this as a marathon submission video, which I probably won't, because if it's in the marathon, so I'm gonna probably use the marathon video as my future submission video. But I'm gonna do this as if it was a submission video anyway. Now I need to work out what the heck is going on with this sensor bar, because I cannot speedrun while it's doing this. I cannot speedrun. So please function. I would really appreciate that. Okay, let's try that. Nope, still not working. Right, let me grab a game. I've got Ratatouille for the Wii to put under the sensor bar. Is that going to help? No, because it won't even fit under there. The gap between the TV and the Wii U console right now is literally just not working for the fitting a Wii game under it. I don't know, it's being weird. Oh, I want to speedrun the game. Am I too close to it? What about if I go back here? Oh, I'm fine back here. I can't sit back there. I don't know what to do. I'm gonna be honest. I can move the sensor bar as far back as I possibly can, but like that's not gonna help. Also, I need to make sure it works in this corner, because the corner never works. Yep. It's doing its classic corner moment. This was the thing when I was grinding this game a while back. Pose me, I'd always need to do this tilting thing in the corner. It would never work. So I need to make sure that does work. Unless I use my red Wii remote. I normally use my red one for everything else, don't I? I might do that, because the black one's a bit temperamental. That's my newer one. I say newer one, like they're still making Wii remotes. We'll try the red one. I use the black one for Wii Play motion runs when I need the microphone. I don't think this is going to fix it, but it might at least solve the corner issue. Oh, gold medal run. You know what? I'll ask Theon. Yeah, I'll ask Theon, why not? Alright, cool. I'll ask Theon, see if he wants to do comms. But yeah, I would feel bad if I didn't at least invite Theon, because Theon's been very influential in this game. Right. It's like 7:30 EST, so I don't know. But either way. Okay, why is it just working now? Oh, wait, okay, right. I get why. Right. I need more cushions. I need to sit higher. This is going to be so silly. I actually hate that I've never had a good Wii setup. Okay, you know what? We got this. I'll sit on this. Oh, right. Where am I on the camera now? I'm way too high. Okay, this is so scuffed, but it's the only way. Alright, this solves it. Genuinely. This is actually my only solution. I'm sitting on 2 cushions. Oh, it still doesn't. Okay, well. I tried. I can't play this game without fixing this first. Well, I guess I needed to do this at some point. Right. It might be because the sensitivity's high. I've got the sensitivity quite high. I don't know. See, I don't want the sensor bar to be in the way of the TV. You know what, we'll just start. We'll just do it. We'll just do a run. See how it goes. Right, this is We Play Gold Medals. Now, to start off, what we're doing is we're doing billiards first, and we'll get onto why we're doing billiards first in a minute. We can do it any game in any order. Now we're only getting 1 there, so I'm actually going to start over, and I'm going to keep the video running if I do use this as a video. I don't know, just to make it accurate for a marathon, because there we go. Start over again. Yeah, this is pretty much what resets are in We Play. We want to get at least a decent break at the start here. We want to get at least a few balls in. We did sink 2 there and the cue ball, so unfortunately we're a little bit behind for the threshold. So what we need to do here is complete each game for a certain threshold, get the gold medal. That's how we finish the run. Missing the 8 there, that's a bit unfortunate. Are we going to get a lucky rebound? Yes, we are. Of course we are. So for the gold medal, I need to do this in 10 or fewer combined shots and fouls. So essentially, I can do this from a 0 break, so sinking no balls on the break. But that is a bit awkward, and if I do fall behind, then I'm going to have to restart billiards, which is not ideal. We don't want that. Now, of course, here I've had a foul already, so I'm going to need to do this in 9 or fewer in terms of the shots. I could plant the 7 into the 9 here. We'll see what we can do. That is a miss, and you know what? I'll reset. We go again, because we're not actually doing great there. Do the shot. There we go. So there is 1, and looks like the 4 ball might go in. We have got a 2 there. So this doesn't really follow normal 9 ball rules. So we did have the 9 ball left there, but if we do sink the 9 ball early, it doesn't end the game. Also, the physics are a little bit weird. It just got stuck between the between the knuckles there. That's just happens in this. I don't know why. It just sort of it goes up to it at a really like different angle to what it ends up doing. I don't know. We are not doing great here. I'm gonna restart. That was a late start, but whatever. Okay, so what we want from the break is we just want to get a strong shot. Believe it or not, it's not really consistent. I do run other games that have much more consistent stuff than We Play does in terms of billiards. Believe it or not, I do run more than one game that has billiards as a feature. So, unfortunately, unlike one of those games, Clubhouse games for the Switch, we can't really set up anything specific to guarantee an instant win, but especially because the game doesn't end after pocketing the 9-ball. We have to pocket everything to end the game. Yo, Jules, how's it going? I'm doing comms for a marathon. I got in with WePlay. So, yeah, it's going to be WePlay's first marathon. This is not going great, though. This would all count towards a marathon time, so this is not good. That's a 0 break, so that's a restart. I'm pretty much playing any break as long as I get at least 1. Okay, I need to... If this fails, I'm going to solve my sensor bar issues, because this is being really annoying. That's a 2 break and a foul, so I'm going to solve this problem, because I can't do runs when it's being like this. I genuinely can't. I don't know what to do. I think what I should do is go to the Wii U menu and change the sensitivity. I have to go to the Wii U menu to change it. It's really annoying. I'm going to move those because they're not helping. Yeah, I don't really know what to do. I'm going to be honest. Because I'm too close to my TV to use the sensor bar. Like, I genuinely just don't know what to do. But if I put it on my desk, then it's too far down. Like, if it's actually on the desk, it just won't work. So, I don't know. I don't know. Wii U menu. I've literally never had a good Wii U setup, ever. Which is really frustrating. But I'll get by, but it's just really annoying to run like this. Yo, Oru, how's it going? Good, see ya. Okay, I'll tell you what. The Wii game actually isn't really helping very much. Glad to hear you're doing well, Oru. We're doing Wii Play practice for a marathon. I'm good, thanks, Oru, yeah. I got into 2 marathons since last stream. I got into the first marathon I applied for in Feb, and I've got into GDQ Hotfix with Pinout. So, yeah, it's going pretty well. That was unexpected. I didn't even apply for that. That's why I've just been shocked pretty much since last stream. And last stream was Saturday, so... yeah, it's definitely going. Where's my charger? Right, anyway. I don't know exactly when that's happening yet, because of scheduling issues and stuff, but yeah. I really need to, like, actually get it sorted with the pinout mods to get more categories on there now. I actually have a reason to do that. Right. I need to change my Wii U... Oh, go in the Wii U settings to change the sensor bar sensitivity. I don't think it will help, but I don't really know what else to do. Putting it on above the TV setting doesn't work because it's too high. No, that's the wrong one. That's the wrong one. We want 4 to 3. No, I don't want to set up the TV remote. No, I don't want to set up the TV remote. Can you not? Right, sensor bar. Pointer sensitivity. Right. Point the Wii remote. Here we go. Yeah, look, we got four dots. Why have we got 4 dots? This is the first time I've seen 4 dots in this configuration. What is going on? What is going on with my sensor bar? Wait. Oh, that solves it. Oh, brilliant. If I put it there... Oh, hold on. If it's on 1, that actually kind of solves it. Okay. Well, that might have done it. I really hope that's done it, because I really can't be bothered to go right back in to the Wii menu, see it doesn't work, and have to go back to the Wii U menu. I hate the settings, honestly. This is 2 streams in a row I'm complaining about this, but it deserves it. Like, this is stalling my speedrun. I can't practice 1P2C if I'm having to sit in system settings. Yeah, I don't know if you've seen it, Jules, but basically on the Wii U, you have to use the gamepad to go into the system settings. And I mean, I guess it makes sense to have to go in the Wii U menu because, you know, it's the Wii U and the Wii mode is like virtual console, I guess. So that makes sense, but it doesn't help that the Wii U is incredibly slow. So, yeah. Anyway. Oh, I guess I kind of need to sort out my lighting issues before the run as well, because that's going to be really early. Oh well. We only really notice it's a problem for like an hour right now, but when daylight savings happens as well, and the days get longer, it's then going to become a problem again. So, I guess I do need to do something. See, the problem is now, this is really jolty. Like, I can't use this for fishing because I know the redfish is just gonna zoom straight away. So back to the settings again, I guess. I don't know. Okay. I guess I could try sitting closer now because it looked like it was working when I was sitting closer. I don't know. Problem is, I'm so used to sitting far away from the sensor bar that I'm worried it's gonna be doing weird stuff. So this is the main reason I'm like practicing. I don't need the practice of the game. I just need the practice with the comms and the like new setup for the Wii, because the setup doesn't really affect my other consoles, but it just is not helpful for the Wii at all. Right. Back in the settings. I should do slots again. Right, sensor bar. I'm gonna change it to maybe like 3. It was on 4, so I don't know. I don't want it to like disconnect though. That would be bad. Okay, so we start to get more dots there. We do get more dots on 3. We get more dots on 2 as well, though. You know what? I'm just going to have to go with 2. Like, there's not really a choice here. I can't use 1 because it's not going to work for fishing. And I can't use 3 because it starts to make more dots appear. So... oh, whatever. Why is the Wii so finicky? Whatever. Right. Let's do an actual speedrun. I guess 1P2C goes out the window now. But I thought I'd put it in the title just in case I had time. Right. Let's go back. Press 1. TV only. Yes. I'm trying to think of what else I can do. I could put the Wii U further back and use Wii games instead to stack this. Ugh. Let's do that. Let's at least try it. Or I can put it there. Whatever. We'll only realise if I do a run. Let's move further forward. And we'll do a run. Surely this works. Like, I don't know. Right. One speedrun. One speedrun of the game. No, don't press B. 30 minutes of setup. Brilliant. Right, we got to use a guest. And we're going to use guest C. Right. Go on there, go into billiards, and I will need to start the game. And then we will start the run on start over. So, 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, this is We Play Billiards. This game, essentially the entire run, that's a very good break to start off with. Almost 4, if that 2-ball went in. But yeah, basically the aim of We Play is to, or this run specifically, that was quite lucky. Essentially, it's just to get every gold medal in every game. I do have the thresholds in my splits, but basically, there's a bit of backstory behind those thresholds. We'll get there eventually, but billiards is going to go by very quickly, and I have to give a shout out to, if I was in a run at this point, I'd have to give a shout out to Cindy. Cindy Fusick has done a lot of work on billiards in this game, and tried to test a lot on whether there's a consistent way of getting a lot of balls in on the break shot, and there isn't. Not anything that's known right now. Let's hope this goes in. Yes, I did not mess up my shot. That is actually really, really nice to start off with. So the threshold for billiards is to get it in under 10 shots plus fouls. So you might have noticed on one of those shots there, I got a deliberate foul. And the purpose of that is just because you can replace the ball, because we're playing on our own. You can replace the ball wherever you want. And you can carry on the game with not really any penalty apart from those 3 points on the score. It's 51 to finish that there, and we're moving straight onto tanks. So the aim of this is to beat 20 of the levels, and this is probably the game that We Play is most known for. If you owned this and you played for long enough, if you played one game of everything, you then finally unlocked tanks, which is widely seen as the best game in the collection. The rest just are really random. I mean, everything's random in here, but really the main purpose of this game was just as a tech demo, really, but so was Wii Sports and all of those games. And I mean, there's now, what, 13 games in the Wii series, technically, if you're counting Switch Sports, so they've kind of surpassed tech demos, but we're just going to come through here. We need to beat 20 missions, and you'll see this is quite a trend with gold medals. So gold medals really is just the intended high completion tier, really. You have bronze, silver, gold, and you also have platinum. Platinum is a extra one, sort of, because when you get gold medals, it basically tells you, well, hints towards there being a secret tier, and that is platinum. And that sort of pushes the limits a little bit. And you might have been wondering why I've not submitted platinum. You know, why don't we want to go all out? Well, platinum's a little bit less consistent, and also if I failed tanks, or any other game that takes a long time compared to the others, that would take me longer than this. And tanks is going to be about, if I fail, say, on the last mission, hypothetically, that would be up to 10 minutes lost. Or possibly more. So we really do not want to be taking that time loss. And if I game over here, that is what will happen. So we get a bonus life every 5 missions. So we're now on 4 lives, and we're going to get that, of course, 3 more times. So we get 6 total lives for this. So bonus life at 5, 10, 15, and obviously 20 is the final one. So here, I should probably explain the tank grades as well. So right away there, yellow ones as we come in here, they are popping these mines down, and they can plant up to 4 mines. They really do just pretty much just do mines. They occasionally do a shot, but that's it really. They also have the lowest intelligence. That is genuinely how it's described on the wiki. So that's not me just saying that. But they're quite fast for this level, but they just sort of run in, so they're not too hard to deal with. But their most annoying thing is hiding mines behind the boundaries. Of course, this game's 2.5 dimensional in tanks, so it's quite hard to deal with them if you aren't paying attention to the sounds. So some of these levels I probably will go a little bit quiet all of a sudden, and that is just to pay attention to where the mines are being placed. So we're still deathless. That's quite good. We're going on to these hard missions now, though, and every mission we want to be taking our time so we don't game over, but also we want to be doing it in a certain way so we don't take too long either. And these teal ones, that's a death. That was actually quite bad. That was coming from a mile off. So I do have 5 bullets maximum, and I get an instant reload of a bullet whenever it pops. So that's after after a second rebound, a bullet would pop. Just need to focus a little bit here. This is not going very well. I did just hit myself. This is fine. This is okay. Just need to focus. I still want to be taking this shortcut, but honestly, I might go at the bottom just to play safe here. I don't want to keep losing all my lives on mission 11. That would not be good. We'll go through here, though. And these red ones are a bit of a menace. They fire quite quickly. Grey one just getting in the way there. And the teal one, as long as I'm constantly running, they won't really hit me unless I'm really up close to them. Mission 12, this is introducing the green tanks. Now, the green tanks are really annoying if you're new to the game, really. Or even if you're not new, they're still annoying for me. But we're going to do these angles because these first 20 missions... I did it again. These first 20 missions are predetermined, so they always have the same tank positions, they always have the same tank grades, and they always have the same layouts. So, thankfully, we don't have to worry about any randomizing in this run. We would if it was Platinum, a little bit of randomizing. The tank actually moving the green one out of the way there, that's a bit annoying. That's fine, that's definitely happened before, definitely happened a lot before, but we deal with it, and on to the next one. We've only got 2 lives left, which isn't great. But we've got 3 teals, 3 yellows here. We'll probably be dealing with quite a lot of mines on this one. And quite funny, you start to get to a point with these yellows where they just sort of trap themselves in. That's really annoying. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, so you sort of get to a point with the yellows where they just trap themselves in with their own mines. Or anyone else's, really. But another thing with the tanks is that they will often not fire if another tank is near them. They do sometimes hit each other, but very rarely. Most of the time, they will instead just opt to not shoot instead of hitting a friendly tank. So we've got 7 to go. We've got another 2 until we get another life. This one's quite scary, to be honest. So I'm going to just fire 4 bullets there. Just going to plant that down. That was really annoying. I did have to go quite close to that mine. I'm going to reset. I did have to go quite close to that mine because we're playing on 4-3. And we get silver medal. That's not really very helpful. Silver medals for 10 levels completed. So yeah, because that green's bullet was going quite close there, I'm just gonna reset the game to reset. Yeah, because we're playing on 4-3, the layout is smaller, and I probably should mention that in the actual comms. Yeah, 4-3, the tank's layout is smaller, which means it's harder in some ways, but also the game goes quicker, and it saves quite a lot of time. So that's why I'm doing 4-3. Sorry, no, I'm going to go Wii menu, because reset doesn't do it. I forgot. To be honest, I should have carried it on, instead of having to do billiards again, but we move. Right, can you stop being weird, Sense Bar, please? Right. Back in the game, then. To be honest, I wasn't that happy with my comms there. It takes a lot to get used to a game that has such weird pacing. that I'm having to explain everything in billiards within potentially less than a minute, and then I've got 11 minutes to explain Find Me. You know, like, this is a really weirdly paced run for commentary, but I'll give it a go. We'll go again. So we're going to start on the restart here because it's a little bit faster. So, this is billiards. You might notice that this break shot, I'm just going to hit right and pray. And that are the 3 stages of billiards in this game, really. You first start out in We Play, and you do a break shot, and you just think... You just got to hit to the right and pray, because there's not really any strategy to this. That's a very lucky shot there. And then you get to phase 2, where you just think, there's got to be a strategy here, right? There has to be a strategy to do this consistently. And then you get to stage 3, which is hit right and pray again. They are the 3 stages of We Play, and that's always the thing. 9-ball not going in there, unfortunately. So, billiards and all of these games have a threshold, and we need to meet that threshold to get the gold medal. So this one, we need to complete the game. That is just We Play physics right there. We need to complete the game in 10 or fewer shots plus fouls. We're on shot 6 right now, no fouls. Well, there's a foul. But that will actually make my life a little bit easier. So what I can now do is replace the ball, because I'm playing on my own. I can just put it back wherever I want. So here, I'm going to do this, and I'm just going to do a fairly neutral shot, just to put it in a decent position for me to sink this one. I might try and sneak this one in here. It's going to be a little bit awkward. There we go, we barely manage it. And the cue ball not going in there, thankfully. So that is billiards. We had an extra shot there, so if it did go in, we would have been fine. But that's basically it. Thankfully, if we were if we had 6 more points there and did it in 2 less shots plus fouls combined, then we would still be on a valid run, because that would give us a platinum medal. But you are allowed higher tiers. That is fine. Also, for billiards, I need to give out a shout out to Cindy, because Cindy has done so much work for billiards in the past, trying to work out if there's consistent shots. Unfortunately, nothing so far. But yeah, really just done a lot for this game. Next up is tanks, though, and tanks is really what people remember. I'll probably be quiet in most of the levels just to make sure I do okay. These first ones are alright, but later on I'm going to need to pay attention, because I really don't play well in this game without focusing. But basically here, this is actually a fairly RNG. We want that tank to go left there, so we can easily take them out. But it's not too bad. It's only a few seconds if we don't get that. But basically each tank has a different ability. We see brown tanks, they just fire every few seconds and they don't really do very much, and they sit still. Grey tanks can move, like most of the tanks in this game. I'm going to reset, actually, because I don't want to be a life behind from that early. So we're going to carry on, and we are just going to do these same missions again. Basically, if I get a game over, I'm going to have to do the whole thing again until I beat all 20 missions. So at the start, you only have 20 missions, and then once you've beaten tanks once, you unlock all 100 missions in the game. But we don't have to play all 100 now, we just have to play 20 and then quit out. So in Platinum, that is another thing with Platinum, and that's kind of the reason why I'm not running Platinum, because gaming over in tanks would be incredibly slow and not good for a marathon. That's not going to kill, that's a shame. Let's just fire a few there and come back to the grey. Didn't really know where the grey was going, so I thought I'd do it that way. Yeah, so if we were doing Platinum, we'd need to beat 1 to 20 first, because we're playing on a new profile to actually get the medals. If you play on an existing profile with medals, then it is an invalid run. So we have to play on a new one. And that means we have to unlock the remaining tanks levels. So we actually have to play tanks 20, and then we have to restart tanks from mission 1 and get up to 30. So we're essentially playing 50 total missions. And 1 to 20 are played twice each. So it kind of makes it a little bit uninteresting. So I figured gold medals would be the best one to show off here. And gold medals really is just the intended top tier of the game. Obviously, platinum is there, but gold is really the main sticking point of you've done good at this game once sort of thing. the game just sort of hints at platinum medals being a thing. So we're seeing teal tanks now, and what teal tanks are going to be doing is they fire these rocket bullets. That's not good. That's not good. So let's start that again. Let's try that again. These teal tanks, they're going to be firing these rocket bullets at me, and finally getting that kill there. There we go. Yeah, so the problem is, while I shoot, I can't move. So it's making it really awkward for me to get out of the way of these teals. There we go, just hide behind that wall there. And I'm just going to spray behind the wall, just so we don't really have to deal with them. It's a little bit slow, but it's safe. So they shoot rocket bullets, but they don't rebound. My bullets do rebound. They rebound once. But the rocket bullets from teals do not rebound. So we don't have to worry about that. Here we see yellow tanks, and they are going to be firing bullets occasionally, but most of the time they're just going to be planting down these mines and being really annoying. They just sort of run in most of the time, so we don't have to deal with too much with them, but their unpredictability is the problem. Most other tanks will do the same patterns and things, and you sort of know what they're going to do. The teals will always run away from you if they can, and they will rarely come towards you, and the yellows will just be really aggressive at random points. And that kind of is what makes them annoying. Even though they do just run in most of the time, that's not all of the time. And consistency is what we would really prefer in this. Anyway, we're now going to see a new tank grade. It is the red tank, and I'm just going to fire a few bullets at this one because it has a maximum bullet count lower than mine. So, unfortunately, that didn't work there in taking out that first one. So, I'm just going to have to go again. Lucky rebound there, and there we go. So, if the red tank on the right goes straight towards you, it will just not be able to cope with the number of bullets you fired. And because it tries to shoot down your bullets, you will then get those bullets back instantly to use on the other one. So, that's the optimal way of doing it. Unfortunately, it didn't want to cooperate, but we're fine. Red one just not really turning around in time there because, of course, I can turn my crosshair wherever I want. But the CPU tanks have to actually turn around, turn their cannon round, almost. So if they're facing the wrong way, they have to turn all the way to be able to shoot me. Now here we're seeing green tanks. These are really, really annoying. So I'm going to try and get out of their way while I rebound from the corner. That didn't work. I might die here. That's very lucky. I'm really surprised that red missed that many. We're just going to fire a few there and a couple extras for safety in case the green shoots it down. But basically, the green tanks can fire quite quickly. They can fire once every half a second if they have their bullets remaining. Most of the time, they won't fire unless they actually have a good angle on you. If they have a good angle, though, then prepare for doom because they are really, really annoying. Sometimes they will completely miss, and sometimes they'll come up with, like, degree-level physics to kill you. So, quite important to take care of them safely. And I would say one of the most annoying tank grades from at 1 to 20. But we still have one remaining tank grade left to see. Actually, no, sorry, we have two. We have another one at 15. So look out for that. Coming up, mission 14. This is quite difficult. I'm going to place a mine at the start. I'm going to try and take care of this red one early. And I'm going to then do this. Now, because we're playing on 4 to 3, this is very notably a mission that's affected quite a lot. Because we're playing on 4 to 3, that is the main reason why 4 to 3 is faster. We are playing on a smaller tanks layout, and that is actually a misfire from a CPU tank. Wow, that's incredible. That does not happen every day. Yeah, really didn't expect to see that here, but there you go. Really, really close to death there. I was brushed past that bullet. So here we're just going to plant on a mine down and fire away. Can't really do very much when there's only a 1 block gap. And that's that one done. Quite a difficult one if you don't have a strategy for mission 14. Probably one of the harder missions. Next up are purples. They are very comparable to reds, but they're a little bit faster and a little bit more intelligent and a little bit more annoying. So, well, saying that, they just decided to run in and not do anything about my bullets there, but there you go. That's quite unusual for purples. They are pretty good. Sometimes they will run away as well. at the worst moments. There you go. That is demonstrating my point exactly. There you go. Nice rebound. They are quite difficult to deal with. Mission 15 in actual runs can lose a lot of time. Pretty big run killer if you're really at that point where you need to save those extra few seconds. Now green shooting instantly, and me trying to get that purple sorted instantly didn't work either, so we are up against it here. Now I'm just going to sit in this corner. It's going to be a little bit more annoying because the green tank has been moved out of the way by one of those purples. It is actually harder for me to take out that green. We were able to though, thankfully, and these purples also can lay mines down. I did forget about that. They don't really do it very often, so you just tend to forget. I'm going to try and get this purple again. Hopefully that works this time. Nope, running away again. Okay. Sometimes they do cooperate. Sometimes purples will also just fire even when you're not there as well. Just in case, you know, they can pick you off and be annoying. So, I'm just going to try and fire into the box there. I don't really want to approach the purples, especially while I'm not doing great on the number of lives I have. There's one though, and hopefully we can get this one without going in. Nice. Nicely done, just run straight into it. We have 4 missions left, 3 lives to go. And this is, it looks very intimidating, and that's probably because it is. Now, we're having to start off here quite safe. We're just going to hopefully, yeah, let that one fire away. I've got a specific pattern for doing this, but sometimes the tanks will do different things. They will just fire at different points than, you know, if you played this level 10 times in a row, which you couldn't because there are no, there's no level select in this game, unfortunately. But if you were to play this 10 times in a row, you'd get a different experience every time. It's just kind of weird. So here I'm just going to spray a ton of bullets and hope that a few of them hit. One of them does hit. I'm going to then fire this, I'm going to plant this mine, sorry, on the wall. And then that basically means the green just can't really do very much. If I do mess that up though, it looks a bit weird that I'm kind of firing more to the left than it actually looks, but because of the 2.5 dimensional aspect of the game, that's kind of the reason why that angle does work. Yeah, a lot of the time I used to fire too low, and that's because of that block being in the way. But we're doing fine. We've got 2 missions to go, and there's a lot of tanks to deal with here. 8 tanks in total. Really, really quite tough mission. And I could do some shortcuts across the map by planting some mines in these gaps. However, I'm probably not going to do that. That is another misfire. 2 SDs on the Team Tanks side in a single tanks game. I don't think I've ever had that, though. I've had SDs, but I've never had 2 in one game. Well, not one game of 20, that's for sure. It was literally just from a mine as well. It was so unusual. Anyway, quite a lucky rebound there, and we're just going to spray. Going to get those final hits, and this one's going to be a little bit intimidating. We see 2 white tanks here, but they're going to disappear. But we can still see their tracks. So I'm just going to fire a few bullets just in case they keep firing at me, and I need to defend myself. There's a death. Okay, we got 2 remaining. I really hope I don't die here. This will be 11 minutes lost if I do. There's one gone. And there's the other one. Excellent. Oh, that's not a split. But yeah, that is tanks. Thankfully getting past it there. Losing there is massively bad. And that's probably the only thing that could really send me overestimate here. Even if I do fail tanks, if I fail it quite early, see there I did restart and I was still fine. We're still well under where I expect my estimate to be. But 55 minutes is justified by something like that. So here we're coming on to Find Me. There's not really much to explain here. It's a point-and-click game. What can I say? Now, it is a Twitch Plays game. There is no rule that says Twitch or other methods can't be used. So you can play along. If I'm taking a ridiculous amount of time on a level, you can actually tell me the answer, and I will press it. So there is that. But we are going to see quite a funny strat later on called Hitbox Strat, which basically means that on some of these crowded levels, and especially stairs levels, we're actually going to be able to cheat and find the answer without knowing the answer. It will make a lot more sense when I actually use it in practice, so I won't explain it yet. But here we're just going to hit these two, and I've only got splits every 5 levels on this one because having a split for every Find Me level would be a bit excessive. And I have a lot of splits in all my games, and I still don't have it for this game, or in Find Me. So for the medals in this, we need to, now here, this is a really annoying level. Level 8 always messes you up because often the answer will go off screen straight away, and then it just takes ages for them to both be on the screen at the same time. I had to wait for basically an entire cycle there. That really is the only thing that that can kill, especially lower tier medal runs. When you're looking for even more time save than in a higher tier medal run, like gold medals, it can still take up a lot of time, those levels. So you might notice there's a few different conditions for each level, and we need 60 levels for this. Once we reach level 61, we're just going to drain our timer. We got a maximum on our timer of 120 seconds. And another thing with the fastest me ones, we're going to see probably at some point in the water levels, there are some instances where the me will just sort of zip side to side. That is kind of how you know that that's the fastest one. If it's making sudden movements like that, then you just sort of know. Yeah, so these level conditions will always be the same as well. There's no variance with these. They will always be the same for that level. And that kind of makes Find Me a little bit more pleasant when you get used to it. You might notice that I've got me's that look a little bit weird. This is literally just for Find Me, just for Wii Play, that I have all of these ridiculous me's on my Wii. The only reason I have them is to make Find Me easier. Before I made these silly me's, I could not even get gold medal. I could not, that is a skip split. I could not even get past about level 50, level 51. Making these silly me's and using hitbox strat, which I'm going to show off later, made it basically free. It really does make a massive difference. I cannot describe, especially with hitbox strat. If you're bad at Find Me and that's the sort of thing that's putting you off doing a higher tier run or a gold medals run, hitbox strat is your key. That is really what helps a lot to doing a no reset of this and being able to pass Find Me 90% of the time. Now we're starting to get some 3 of a kinds here rather than 2s, and eventually we're going to get more than that. Find the fastest me again, and here we go. Yeah, so they're just sort of stuck in the corner, so we'll just click that one. And again, 3 lookalikes. So here we're going to start to notice something. So I'm going to use hitbox strat from now on. Now where I was clicking those me's that were quite high up on the screen, there were a few me's that were next to each other, and basically because this is a point and click sort of game, yeah, so it's definitely this one. And the reason why I know it's that yellow camp me is because the hitbox on me's that are correct is bigger. It's not exactly at a fixed point or a fixed hitbox, but it is definitely bigger. And if you're higher up, if you're clicking me's that are high up on the screen, or if the map is zoomed out, or if it's crowded, or a combination, then it makes it a lot easier. And we're going to start to see it a lot more on these stairs levels. So these stairs levels, we're going to get a couple more here. I'm literally just going to go left to right, and then we're just going to instantly see that it's the colon B. Genuinely, this is a strat. This is hitbox strat. So that is just all of them there. I literally clicked the wrong one. Never mind. I just got hitbox wrong there. That's fine. That's okay. But yeah, coming through, we now have the escalator levels again. And interesting point to note on the escalators, you cannot have more than one lookalike on a single escalator. That means we're not going to get any more than 3 on an escalator level. So there is that to bear in mind. And we are also going to get some more dark levels. We did have some dark levels earlier using hitbox strat there. Really what I'm doing is I'm just using a hitbox strat whenever I'm a bit stumped, to be honest. If I feel I'm getting stuck or if I struggle on a particular level, I'm just going to I'm just going to go with it and try and do hitbox at the same time as actually looking for people. So I need to remember that favourite. Now here it will always be the left-footed first step to the left, or my left, is the correct one. And never mind, I am stuck, so I'm just gonna press them all. There we go. Okay, so now I need to remember what my favourite was, and we do see this twice in a full playthrough of Find Me. I believe we only see it once in Gold Medals. I think we see it twice in Platinum. So the final 3 levels, this would conclude a silver run of Find Me. And they were very sneaky. They put these final 3 levels as dark levels, so they knew what they were doing. Just barely clicking that before that me went off the screen there, thankfully. So we got 2 more difficult ones, and then we're back to daytime. But we are going to see 3 hard ones again. There we go. It kind of makes it harder because on these dark levels here, you're only going to see 2 lookalikes. Here, they were quite nice. They just decided to find the me you're using, which of course we know is Guest C. But we're back to the light now, so there we go. That is this me, and they sort of go back to 2 lookalikes because there are less of them. If it's a lookalike mission, there will never be. Say it's find 3 lookalikes. There will never be 2 lookalikes for an incorrect one. They will all be different. There could be some that look similar because they're all from the same sort of system me's. But hold on, hitbox strat again here. There we go. Yeah, because there's only 2 of them, it does make it a little bit harder, especially when there's a lot of me's on the screen. So using hitboxes again here, and that's a decent gold. Actually, no, never mind. That was that was because of this skipped one. So there's a sleephead, and there's another one. But really, the hitbox strat is very noticeable on these stairs, especially when I sort of search from left to right, and you see, like the cursor. I'm searching between rows 1 and 2, and suddenly the cursor goes down to like row 3. I think they sort of implemented it as a get out for it does make sense, because if the me's like say an incorrect me and a correct me were basically next to each other, it will be really hard to click the correct one. So to counteract that, they sort of made it so that the correct one has a bigger hitbox. Unfortunately, they didn't realize speedrunners were going to abuse that. But here I am. So never mind. What was that? 2 lookalikes. Let's actually use hitboxes here. And I am struggling a little bit. Who have we got? Is it you? Yeah, it's you. Okay, we're fine. Yeah, losing a little bit of time there, but that's okay. It's always to be expected on at least one level. Might be you. Might be. There we go. Okay. So, interesting thing, you can click me's as soon as they appear on the screen. So, of course, I only realised it was that me when I could actually see their face. But you can click as soon as, you know, their feet or their legs are on the screen. So, if they just went off the screen and you know they're going to appear, that's a very nice open or closed group there. Yeah, if you know that they've just gone off screen and they're going to be in the same place when they go back on screen, but above, when it basically wraps around, you can just sort of click as soon as they're there. So we're coming on to these final 5 missions now, and we are going to get to these dark ones again. They can be a little bit scary, these dark ones, but I'm going to hope we do okay. And there are no easy ones. There's no find the me you're using on these final 3, unfortunately. So you thought I clicked the wrong one there, but again, hitboxes. Hitboxes are super busted here. So we're on these hard ones now. Is it alien? Is it alien? No, it isn't. Is it the clock? No. What about you? Okay, I'm just going to pay attention here. Alright, there's 1. We've got 2 left. This is the only other thing, really, that could kill this run. from hitting that estimate. Okay, escalator in the dark is really annoying, but we'll hope to deal with this okay. So we've not got many Miis in the middle, so if it was one in the middle, that would make my life easier. It is one in the middle. Yeah, there we go. Just didn't want to click the wrong one there. And the final one, 2 lookalikes. We're just going to get this within 100 seconds. I say just. Okay, now they're wrapping round, we can sort of use hitbox trap. I think it's you. No, I was trying to click higher up. Oh, that's why it did. It did hitbox on that one. So, we have 88 seconds left on the timer, so I need to drain the timer now. And because this is one where we only need to select one Mii, I'm gonna just click the incorrect Miis, and I'm gonna actually alternate the Miis that I'm pressing. And the reason for that is because there's a small cooldown in being able to press the same Mii again as an incorrect one, or as a correct one even if you get an incorrect and a correct. There will be a cooldown before you can use those same Miis again. So by alternating, we get rid of that cooldown. So that is Find Mii. Quite a long game, and surprised I actually managed to talk for that long because there's not really that much to Find Mii. But there you go. We're done with that one. We are a third of the way through these gold medals. Onto fishing now. And fishing is definitely a game. Now, you think of fishing minigames in different video games as quite relaxing. This is anything but relaxing. Now, please don't... Oh, okay. Yeah, so basically we're starting off here, and I want to get these red fish on this bonus. That's a shame. I'm just going to grab this mystery, I think. Never mind, that's going to disappear as well. I'm going to restart, actually, because that was dreadful, and I have no excuse for that, because we started off with the red bonus, and we only had 2 reds and a green to deal with. That was a really good pond. You know what? I'm just going to catch the greens, because once you catch all of a fish, that will go off of the bonus, and the bonus is quite good, because it gives you double points. I'm going to try to catch as few fish as possible, because each fish loses 3 seconds, but, of course, if we fail the game, that loses the most time. You know, we have to play all the fishing again. That's like catching an extra, you know, 60 fish, you know, or something like that. Like, that's really slow. We don't want to do that. If we're converting fish into seconds. So again, they're getting green, so it changes the bonus. Finally getting red, and you might have noticed the reds zipping around, and we're going to do that again there. Greys take away points, so we want to get rid of them. If you do a jolt near them, they will run away. I don't think I'm going to get any here. No, that's a shame. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, so each fish has different characteristics. Greens take 2 bites, and they're fairly simple. Nibblers, or yellow and blues, take 3 bites. But they let go really quickly. Oh my goodness, the small fry are being really annoying. Yeah, so the red fish take 4. And, of course, they zip around. We then have mystery fish, which only take 2. And you get a random amount each game. You can get 4 or... normally you get between 1 and 3, really. But you can get 4. We're going to get King of the Pond here. And this is going to mean that we can finish. King of the Pond is, thankfully... Okay, well, not if the sensor bar messes up. I was going to say... King of the Pond is quite easy to catch, but obviously when the sensor bar's messing up, that's not the case. I might fail here unless we get mystery. No, give me mystery, no. No, we fail. We gotta start again. That's fine. It's nowhere near as bad as failing tanks or Find Mii. We've got a lot of time remaining on our estimate to fail this, so that's okay. This is kind of why I'm not running Platinum as well. Platinum would be an extra 300, and although it doesn't seem like a lot, it really is, especially when the fish are not cooperating here. Or the sensor bar. The sensor bar is really not cooperating. And, yeah, the RNG was really not very nice that round. We had a lot of small fry, so I couldn't really do anything about that. And I was playing quite safe, catching a lot of fish, so I... to be honest, can't really blame myself for anything that happened there. Mystery fish, catching that one. Nice start to this one, or to this round. So the threshold for this one's 2,300 points. 2,600 would be for platinum. Thankfully, the lower thresholds are a little bit nicer. It's only 1,000 for bronze. So you can actually complete that within 2 fish if you're playing extra risky. And that's by getting a red on bonus and getting a King of the Pond on bonus. And there's another small fry. Absolutely brilliant. Fantastic RNG right now. And another small fry. To be honest, as long as they don't get in my way, it's not a problem. But they're always getting in my way. So we're still trying to get rid of as many of these bonus ones as possible, just to get red as the bonus. Somehow we're still not getting it. Okay. Every time I caught a nibbler, another one appears. Okay, we're doing really well so far, though. I am actually gonna... To be honest, I've caught a lot of fish here, which is quite good for the marathon. Quite safe. Obviously, it loses a little bit of time catching all these fish, but... we don't need to be saving several seconds, you know. Losing a game is a lot worse than that. Oh, I tried to hang on just in case that was the bonus. There's a small fry, and that still counts as a -3 seconds as well, so that's a bit annoying. So the funny thing with the King of the Pond is we can sort of drag it round the pond. Because it's so massive, we can drag the mouth around the pond away from the other fish. So we can quite easily... I've got platinum here, so I actually need to stop. Or I might as well stop to save time. Yeah, you can sort of drag the King of the Pond round basically the entire pond without it even moving. And it sort of gets the other fish off of you. As long as the sensor bar's cooperating, it seems to work quite consistently. So, yeah, it works quite well for making sure you get that King of the Pond, because it's worth so many points. You want to make sure you're getting that. But clearly there, we could probably have done it without. So similar to fishing, similar to billiards, we are allowed to get platinum medal, and that counts towards our gold medals run here. So next up is table tennis. Table tennis is very simple, and especially simple in one player. It's quite boring. But what happens, and I'm going to go very quiet, in fact probably silent eventually. The ball can go left, middle or right, and playing close to the net but not too close because it will be an obstruction, saves a few frames every shot. So I'm going to do that for as long as I don't get scared. And then when I get scared, I'm going to go close to the back. But again, too close to the back and the ball will not get hit. So we don't want that to happen. And the game will stop at 100 points. And 100 points is what we are after here. So you might notice the crowd building up in the background as well. And I'll stop. I'll stop playing close to the net. And a reset here would cost me a few minutes, so hopefully we don't take too long. So I can play a little bit further back. Hitboxes for the ball being a little generous most of the time. Not all the time. Or it doesn't feel like it. Not all table tennis bat hitboxes are the same. That may or may not be true. It just feels like it's not true sometimes. So we sort of get this left, right alternating thing going on. Although that kind of happens just because, you know, there are only 3 options anyway. And that's 100. And you might notice that the ball just phases through the bat. That is because the game ends at 100. And like tanks, you have to play again to get the platinum medal. So we would have to play 2 games of tanks, 2 games of billiards. Why am I saying the wrong ones? 2 games of tanks, 2 games of table tennis to get platinum. So thankfully we don't have to do that here. We can just quit. And we can play the villain of speedrunning. If there was ever a villain of speedrunning, it would have to be laser hockey. And the reason laser hockey is the villain of speedrunning, you cannot save time in laser hockey. The optimal run is to not concede goals, and that is the only way to save any time. Once you have got to that point, you cannot save time. So now, really, once you get a 0 goals conceded game, you always think, well, I lost 3 seconds there because I conceded a goal. So, and there you go. There we go. There's our 3 seconds. So it's not just 3 seconds as well. You also lose your speed. And the reason that's quite important is because on these points, you might notice the or the CPU, is getting a little bit faster. Now we're doing these diagonal shots just to get a tiny bit of extra speed compared to a forward shot. But I'm trying to do these alternating left-right things, up-down things, to make sure that the ball sort of rebounds straight in the goal. We need 10 points here to clear this. And we can do this strat for a while, but it gets a little bit less consistent once we get closer to 10. I would say this sort of stops working as much past 8 points. You can do it to 10, but it's really hard. As you can see, the CPU getting much faster now. So we sort of try and thread the needle where the bat leaves, where the opponent's bat leaves a gap at the bottom. So I'm trying to just, yeah, CPU barely saving it there. Unfortunately, not getting a straight shot into the goal. It's really hard to play on this high speed. The CPU can cope with it a lot better than I can. Now, this looks quite hard, but the record for this game, even though the CPU bat gets incredibly fast, is something like 20 or 21. It's a ridiculous PB for someone to have. Mine is only like 16 or 17 maybe, and that was when I was really good. I mean, there was not as good, but there you go. I'm just going to put the Wii Remote on the floor to make sure that we do not fail, because now it's just a waiting game, and you get the true Wii Play experience. There is a category called New Game, where you have to play all 9 games to completion, and you just lose most of them, including Find Me, where you just drain the timer, and Laser Hockey, where you just sit and watch the 2-minute timer tick to 0. That's kind of why people have put so much effort into optimizing Billiards, because Billiards is one of the only games in that run that matters. But now you know why I don't run New Game, and I'm here running Gold Medals instead. So we've got 3 games left. We're 2/3 of the way through, and we've got Pose Me. Pose Me is a game with patterns, and I would like to hope that I do this quickly. And there is a way of doing this a cycle early. So essentially what this is here we're now going to only use this pose for this level, and the bubble will change. It sort of tilts a little bit, so I'm tilting the Wii Remote to make these motions, and at a certain point value it will tilt 90 degrees. 180 degrees even. But we want to get as many points here as we can. There's not really a way of speeding this up. You might think, oh, surely you get to a certain amount of bubbles and then it ends, right? Actually, the time save is more from getting as many bubbles as you can. So here I can actually get as many as 69. 64 is fine, but that's okay. So we're moving on to this level now. And as I say, all of these levels have patterns. They always have the same things going on, and usually the same sort of tilts and things. So once you've played Pose Me this number of times, you sort of get used to it. I used to be really bad at Pose Me. I could only get bronze or silver. And once you get used to the games, the patterns in this game, it becomes a lot easier. So you might notice these waves at the bottom. If a bubble drops below those waves, we lose life, and we also lose the perfect bonus. Perfect bonus is what makes it possible for us to clear Pose Me a level early. As long as I'm going pretty quick here on these levels where I can get more points, we can actually clear a level earlier than... I would say an early cycle. Otherwise you have to essentially get the perfect bonus and then start the next level, which is... of course, going to start with really slow bubbles, so they fall really slowly into the void below. So it's a little slow, but it's nothing run killing. But obviously, in a PB attempt, you'd like to get that early cycle. So we're going to start to see a lot more pose changes, and I'm probably going to go quiet during these levels now. But you might also notice another thing I've not mentioned yet. There always has to be a bubble on the screen, and that is what makes it possible for us to get more points than if you just let the bubbles appear on their own accord. And that's also why a task, there's not really a perfect score in this, because only a task would be able to achieve a perfect score. So the game ending there, and we move on to the next one. Okay, so that was a good ending, but I'm not that great at that level. So the reason why I went quiet is just because it's a really awkward level to do what you want. It is kind of awkward with the pose changes, and especially because it plays really low to the bottom of the screen. So to counteract it, what I sort of do on that level, the previous one, is I see where the bubble is going, and if I haven't been able to pop the bubble straight away, I will then change poses. Because there are only 2 poses on that level, it's not the most complicated thing to just change to the other pose. Eventually we will get levels that have all 3 poses involved, so it's important to not have too much trouble with those either. But that's really my way of coping, and here is that said level with all 3 poses. This is probably my downfall, to be honest. You can see me changing poses the wrong direction quite a lot. This is where my impromptu strat doesn't really work very well. Normally I'm saved by my early game in postmate, but here it doesn't really save me. That wasn't a great level. I don't think we're going to get the early level, but again, it's not a major problem. We will just take the perfect bonus when it occurs, and then it will finish off our game. So here I want to leave the rainbow one for as long as possible. You do get extra rainbow ones if you're playing quite close to the waves in normal levels, but here you get a rainbow one pretty much by default, because there are so many bubbles on the screen that you kind of have to get it. We got a little bit unlucky there because the rainbow was so low. We were bound to just have to use it really early, unfortunately. We don't really want to have to use it because it causes the bubbles. It means we're getting less points. That's not really a good thing. We are getting that rainbow with not much going on there, though, so that's something. So, pose me, medal threshold is 800. We're going to have to tilt the Wii Remote 90 degrees to do this. And it sounds a bit weird turning it 90 degrees to get a 180 degree turn on the screen, but that is how it works. And also this is sort of the point where my sensor bar gets a bit weird because it doesn't like being tilted at this angle. I should get a rainbow soon because I'm playing pretty bad. There you go. Okay, we are alive though. 700. We should have to play one more level here. This should do it. As long as this does it, it's not too bad. It's not an early... It's not an early finish by any means. Okay, the sense bar just broke. Alright, sure. That's my perfect bonus squandered. Yeah, so if you clear this one and end... If you clear this one, or don't clear it, sorry, and you get near 800 points, you can then just sort of start letting bubbles drop while more spawn in. Here, I am going to do that when we get to that stage. We're not there yet, though. No, it broke again! Okay, right, what is going on? Okay, well, we're not going to do that now. Okay, we got to 800. That's really annoying. None of that was my fault. That was the sensor bar. Whatever. Okay, so what I was going to say is normally when we're on 3 lives, we'll sort of let bubbles drop below. So we lose lives just before 800 because, of course, other bubbles are still spawning in. So we can just barely work our way towards 800 while we are losing lives. So it's a small optimization. Obviously there it didn't matter because I was having a skill issue. Shooting range now though, and this is basically a Duck Hunt clone. And very important here. Okay, bit out of time, but that's fine. Yeah, anyway, that's completely irrelevant, but anyway. So here, I'm going to be focusing quite a lot because I want to build up a combo. A combo is going to mean we get bonus points. And apologies to any shooter fans out there, I used the A button for this instead of the B button. You have a choice. For some reason, I'm better with the A button, so I used the A button. Apologies. I will need to focus on this one though, because the quicker you hit these targets, the more they will spawn. You can probably see as soon as I hit a target, another one appears. So we want to be hitting the birds as well. There we go. Very nice. So we're on a 99 combo. That means we're going to get 95 points. It's whatever your combo is -4. And we need 450 for this. So I was talking earlier about thresholds in this game. It's quite funny because this used to be really busted. Basically, back in the day, years before I joined the replay scene, they basically had the incorrect thresholds. So you can actually look at top runs or even current world record in some of these. I'm actually going to let these cans drop because it's quite slow. And I will play the UFO section instead. Actually, you know what? We will hit some here. This cycle where there are 3 of them is not too bad. Okay. I think we are going to have to play... there are 3 parts of the UFO part here. We'll have to at least play that one there. Oh, we're going to have to play all 3, never mind. Yeah, so basically you can get 6 points there without losing any time, so hitting 2 UFOs. We are having to play the full phase here now. And that is also the last bit where you get the birds. So we are losing a little bit of time for shooting range, but that's fine. So yeah, as I was saying, medal thresholds. They were literally incorrect on the guides. So eventually, at some stage, I sat down and I just spent hours working out exactly what each threshold was. For some reason, shooting range was really wrong, and also laser hockey is the most known for being really weird. For some reason, bronze was thought to be 5. It's actually only 3. So current world record still has 5 points in laser hockey instead of 3, which is quite funny. But we're coming into charge here, and charge, there's so much to explain about charge. I can't do it all in the time I have here. But Theon can do a much better job than me, and Theon has a world record progression video for just charge. Think about this as like a Mario Kart time trial, except there's only one time trial. You're just playing Moo Moo Meadows for the entire time. Now, Theon has found some stuff, and runners before him as well, involving stuff like fence boosting. So if you go between 2 fences, you will sometimes get a boost. You also want to be doing specific movements, jumping across grass and stuff. We're not doing too much of that here because I want to make sure we're hitting this threshold. It's only 300 points. We are going to get platinum here because 325 is platinum. Perfect text doesn't lose too much. And timing ends, by the way, on the final banner appearing on the menu, not the middle here. So yeah, that is the run. Comfortably sub 50, and definitely comfortably sub 55, so I'm very happy with that. There you go. There is time. It's about a 49:03 because it is on the first frame of the banner just barely appearing. I'm happy enough with that. There was a restart in tanks. There were a couple of restarts in fishing. Find Me didn't go great, and table tennis, I lost a bit of time. Sorry, no, table tennis I didn't. Laser hockey I did. Pose me I did. Shooting range I did. And charge, I'm not that great at it. But Theon is very good at it. Theon is like a second ahead of everyone in any percent and 100%. So massive shout out to Theon for his work that he's done on charge, because it's absurd what he's done. Now, I'm going to do one run of Tanks 1P2C, similar to if I have time in the marathon, I will do one run of Tanks 1P2C. Now, I have some rubber bands here. I'm going to stick them to two controllers, and this is going to enable me to play Tanks with 2 players at once. Now, in Tanks 2 players, or co-op, or kind of co-op, because you can shoot each other, similar to the enemy tanks can shoot each other as well. There is no life system, so the run can end at any point, and the way the run ends is by both tanks dying on the same level. If you complete a level and there's only one remaining, that tank will respawn on the next one. So theoretically, you have an extra life on every level, but that does not make up for the fact that you can literally lose a run in an unlucky stint of about 2 seconds. So it's more of a meme category for me, especially for me being the only 2-player runner on the board. So we'll see how it goes. I have stuck my Wii remotes together with the rubber bands. And the reason I do that is so I can desync them with the aiming. Now we're going to go back here, and there's an estimate of 15 minutes for this, but I took about 10 minutes in my PB. I don't expect to finish this, but we're going to give it one shot because I've got a little bit of time at the end of this stream here. Tanks Co-op 20. Here we go. We're going to select 2 players. And this is actually allowed on the leaderboards. I'm the only runner with a run of Tanks 1P2C right now. I would honestly recommend for someone else to play it. I think it's a really funny category. And while I'm not going to be grinding it, I think it's quite nice to show off here, even if I only get a few done. So, again, same timing. We're going to start in the menu because it's slightly faster. 3, 2, 1, go. So, this is Tanks 1P2C. We're starting off with the one at the top here, and we can actually just get a shot directly from here that hits them straight away. I do miss it now, unfortunately, but that's fine. You can see there is a counter as well for the number of tanks each person has killed. Doesn't really matter. It's just a fun thing. Now here, as far as I'm aware, the grey tank will always go to the right. You might notice the grey tank is in the middle instead of at the top. And that is because the tank placements are a little bit different. Because we have 2 players here, the tanks are placed in different areas. We lose that one there. And hopefully we don't lose the other one, otherwise that's the run over. Just going to play a little bit safe whenever we lose one of them. So thankfully, we're going to get the other one respawning very quickly there. Mission 4, and I'm going to try and desync these. There we go. Oh, there's that one dead. I did not notice that one was dead, but we are fine. Mission 5, and I'm going to go in with the right side. So what's quite funny is that, as you can see, it doesn't always happen, but basically the tanks just won't fire sometimes. And that is because even though they're pointing at the red one there, they were aiming at the blue one. Or they were targeting the blue one. So actually we were safe there, even though... Okay, I don't know if that's going to work. There we go, we're fine. Yeah, it's not consistent. They seem to aim at random ones, or seemingly random ones. But that is a thing, and it's quite funny to see. You know, they're aiming for one, but it just does nothing. Okay, very, very difficult mission here, because, of course, I'm likely to be on 1 life at the end here. Oh, that's a shame. There we go, okay. Playing a little safe here, just to make sure I have as much safety as possible in keeping the run going. There we go. Very big time loss there, but we are okay. We keep moving. Now here I'm going to try and keep that other tank behind the wall, just to be a little safe. And they probably will go for the blue one to be annoying. Pop them there, and that yellow one's dying. Want to be watching out for these missiles too. Oh my goodness. Okay, you're just being really annoying now. Teal is really annoying. Okay, on to mission 9. Another fairly annoying one here, and that's because both of them are instantly quite open. Right, I want to keep the red alive still. There's only one yellow. Wow. That's quite a quick clear. Very nice. Quite scary, because if both decide to be annoying on both sides, it's basically lights out. And that's why I can't really promise this as a consistent run. It's more of an incentive than a consistent run by far. Oh, that shot was on target. That was on target there. Red just shooting it down just barely. So no extra life there, of course. No bonuses here. Quite a nice level. I can literally just sit there with red. I'm going to chill back there just to make sure we've got that that little layer of protection, because otherwise they could probably shoot a mine and kill, plant a mine and kill me. Nice hit there, and final one. There we go. We got 9 to go. Nothing for granted. I'm taking nothing for granted. This is a very hard mission coming up. Especially because this green will just target whenever the heck it wants to. There you go. See, it might even target the red. I mean, the red is quite far away, so it's not likely to, but it could. It could if it wanted. There we go, we're done. Mission 13. I'm going to try and desync. Oh, that's quite lucky there. No, there was a hidden mine. Oh, come on. That was really good, actually. That was way better than I was doing the other day. I'm happy with that. If I get that in a run, if I get that on the day, and I get to do the run, I'm happy with that. I'm going to be honest. You know, you get to show off quite a lot of it there. We only miss out on the purples and the whites. The good thing is we already have shown off all of tanks. So there's not really any pressure for me to miss out on showing anything, because we get to show it all anyway in one player. But I think that's a really funny run to have there. And me winning over Guest C, apparently, because I do seem to favour using player 1. I think that makes sense, but it is a bit of a weird speedrun, because it just sort of ends, and it was going so well. You can never be safe in 1P2C. That's what makes it so interesting. But unfortunately, that's the end of the stream. It took a while to set it up, which is a bit frustrating, but the good thing is I have been able to practice, and I'm happy enough with the comms on that second run there, or that second attempt. Yeah, second one out of billiards. So I'm very happy with that. Now, if you want to see me run WePlay on a marathon, that is happening. 4th of February, around 12:30. Now, I do not stream that early normally. I will be up, but I normally don't stream that early because I'm normally having something to eat. So what I'll be doing is I'll probably do the run, then I'll have something to eat, and then I'll come back on after that to do the actual stream for the day. So I might start the stream maybe an hour late. So essentially you're getting the same amount of stream content because I'm going to be doing a WePlay run instead. But that's it. That's it for the stream. I'll see if someone's live to raid. And Friday, I'm going to be back this Friday. I am going to be doing probably 3D World. I'm going to be doing 3D World practice. I don't know whether I'm going to be doing part 1, part 2 or part 3 yet. But I do want to do a run of that because I'm going to be doing a 380 on Saturday. And the good thing about doing the practice 380 runs, part 1, part 2 or part 3, is that if I don't finish, I don't feel too bad. I don't care about PBing those categories because they're literally not categories. They're just for me to practice, so that's fine. Let's see who's live. Let's see who is live. Huds is live. Huds is live. We're gonna go and raid Huds. It's been a little while since I've raided Huds, actually. And I do want to get into speedrunning Sonic. I know I've said it for a while. I've got my 3DS capture card now. I'm going to do it. I just don't know when I will have the time to learn 3 handheld Sonic games, but I am going to do it. I'm going to learn the Sonic Rush trilogy. Last time I checked, there wasn't a run of it on the leaderboard, but I know there is a category where you do all 3 back to back, and I really want to do it. So, yeah, that we got that to look forward to at some point. I literally set it as my New Year's resolution last year to run Sonic, but because it took me ages to get my capture cards sent off and got back, that never really happened. But it will this year. It will happen at some point. Thanks for watching. As I say, Friday, same time as today, 6:30 PM GMT. We'll be doing... see, this is how you know it's a normal MIDI outro, when the Mii's start falling asleep. I am going to be doing 3D World, probably. If I don't think I'll have time to do it, I might do something else, but I'm probably doing 3D World. And then Saturday we're doing another 3D World 380. And I'm probably going to do another 380 on Monday, honestly, because I will probably have a Monday stream. Unless I don't get to start early, because I'm having my hair cut. So, yeah, who knows. Maybe I get to do that. Maybe I do something else. I don't know yet. That's not scheduled, so that's not official. Anyway, thanks everyone for watching, and I'll see you around. I'll see you in the next one.